This local game store banned all these cards in their Commander games. We're going to take a look at them. Starting with Ad Nauseam, a 5-mana instant. That's up to no good. Always up to no good, Ad Nauseam. Reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to its converted mana cost. You may repeat this process any number of times. And in a deck that doesn't have a whole lot of expensive cards in it, you can end up drawing a boatload of cards. Not to mention, of course, in Commander, your life total starts at 40. So, like, what do you care? What do you care if you have to even pay 5 for like 1 or 2 spells over there? You still draw, like, it's basically 5 mana, instant speed, draw, I don't know, 10, 20 cards, whatever you need to. And also, you get to decide how far you go. You're revealing these cards one at a time. If you want to spin the wheel a little bit longer, I mean, you know what your life total is. You know what the risks you're taking. You go all the way down to 1 for crying out loud. But once you go down to 1, you're probably gonna put the brakes on. So I believe Ad Nauseam. Does anyone play with this card fair? Like, is anyone actually playing this in a mono black creature deck and they just want some card advantage? I don't think so. I am only familiar with Ad Nauseam in strictly combo decks, and this is a very anti-combo local game store. Super anti-combo. Crawdaddy says, is this a meta joke? Because they ban cards ad nauseum. Oh! Leon Corgi, Commander is made by casuals for the casuals, and it should stay that way. And they are taking control of their ban list. I very strongly believe in a game store taking over their ban list. If you don't think the BNR or the banned and restricted list makes any sense, what does it matter? You're not playing in any tournaments. Like, I understand for sanctioned global tournament play, there needs to be a unified ban list. But for Commander, okay, I mean, maybe there's a ban list for tournaments, but like most Commander events aren't tournaments, they're just casual games. You're just playing for fun. You're playing for I don't know, you get a booster as a participation prize, but not for actually winning or anything like that. Old boy says, I played it in a life swap deck before. I consider that fair. That sounds like a combo. You're taking your life total down to nothing and swapping it with somebody else, and you call that fair. You know what? They're not going to feel it very fair that their life total went from 40 to 2. Not fair whatsoever. John says, I use Ad Nauseam with nothing but lands and Mana Bond and Profit. Look at there. What's Mana Bond again? That's just like put a bunch of lands into play or something like that. At the beginning of your end step, you may reveal your hand and put all land cards. Yeah, and if you do, you discard your hand. Well, you're not. You basically discard your hand directly on the battlefield. Mercenary says, tell Terry So's people that they got EDH tournaments on the Malaysian circuit. No, there are. Well, I mean, that would be considered CEDH, right? I think. Like, if you're holding a tournament. And I don't want to say that, I don't want to make a big riff. There's a big difference between EDH and CEDH, but basically EDH is, the casual crowd. We're having fun. We're not trying to push the limits of where this game can go. CEDH is like, all right, let's push the limits. Let's go full all out. But the 95% of events are not CEDH. They're very EDH. So I don't think they have to go that crazy. Good morning, Jeff. Step 1, Ad Nauseam. Step 2, who knows what, but step 3, there's always the profit. Always profit at the end of Ad Nauseam. All right, Ad Nauseam is banned. And none of you could prove to me that anyone's playing with this card fair. The fairest way you could play with this card is a life swap deck, which sounds miserable. I'm a little surprised by this card. Maybe not. Next card is Court of Calling. Green acts with Convoke. Search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Now, I'd admit, I've said for years that tutoring creatures directly onto the battlefield, or tutoring anything onto the battlefield, I think it's broken. I've always thought it was strong, and this card has seen a lot of competitive play in the 60-card formats. And remember, with Convoke, you can tap your creatures to pay the cost of the card. So it's a strong card. And we already know that they don't like tutors. They banned all the tutors. No consistency allowed. I believe Natural Order also on the ban list. Yeah, Natural Order was also banned. So maybe this is still within the the theme of no tutors are allowed. No tutors allowed. No consistency. Consistency is bad. You know what? Like inconsistency is the flavor of all Commander games. Then Corgi says, need a coin, CEDH to mean casual or California. What? Someone had issues with it. I think someone just has issues with consistency. Jess says, Nikachu sleeps with his socks on. That is not true. I do not sleep with my socks on. Unless I'm really cold. That's the only situation that's ever going to happen. Old boy says, maybe that's why ad nauseam is banned. It's kind of a tutor. It's, I mean, sort of, under some circumstances. If your deck is cheap enough, sure, you can draw, like, basically all of it. I think it's just super card advantage. And, like, if ad nauseam gets pulled off, you might just pull ahead of... You know, think of Consecrated Sphinx. Consecrated Sphinx going around for one rotation can pull you so much further ahead than everybody else. Ad nauseam does the same thing. Firefox says, yeah, banning these tutors makes sense if you're getting rid of fetching stuff, but it makes a case for banning another 70 or so green cards. Maybe we're going to, Firefox. Maybe we are going to. I mean, this is tutoring into play. I don't know how many other cards actually tutor into play. You know, Elvish Piper is not technically tutoring into play. Crawdaddy, my opinion on tutors. Banning tutors merely benefits strategies with infinite redundancy and generic mid-range strategies. Tutors are necessary for wacky strategies. I actually think that's the point of that, Crawdaddy. So the point is, your wacky strategy would seem more unique if it doesn't happen so often. But if your wacky strategy has any consistency, well, then it's not so wacky. And by the way, I would bet a lot that your wacky strategy is just some weird deranged combo. The Corgi says ban green and ban transmute. We have old boy. Have we done a worst tutor show? Oh yeah. Oh, of course. You could probably just look it up while we're doing this show. We definitely have done it. Looks up search on Scryfall, ban them all. Yeah, search. Oh, look up search your live. Okay, hold on. Advanced. Yeah, let's put search your library. Put it green. How many cards show up? 301. We got 301 cards. But you know what? Honestly, a lot of these are searching for basic lands, and I actually would say that they don't count. So if you're looking for actual cards that tutor something relevant onto the battlefield, might be very different. So I would bet out of the 306, 80%, at least 80%, just look up basic lands and put them onto the battlefield. Okay, Court of Calding is banned. Oh, this one I think a lot of people agree with. Who would disagree? Cyclonic Rift! A 2-mana instant. Return target non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand. Overload for 7 mana. Sometimes this card is the only way to reset the board from a devastatingly bad position. It's also a pretty common way of just the blue player winning the game. You know, board is gummed up. Nobody has any way to break through. Oh, the blue player draws Cyclonic Rift, bounces everything. And then they just kill off maybe one or two players, then kill off the last player. They're never coming back after the Cyclonic Rift. But how do people feel about this card? Let's do a poll. Because Cyclonic Rift, you know, I don't know if it's a card people consider ban worthy, but I mean it's a devastating card. Yeah, so we're gonna ban it. Don't ban it. All right, I've created my poll. It started. It's in the top right corner. Vote on it. They could just ban Overload. That's a very awkward thing to do. No overloads, no kickers, no additional costs. If anything has an additional cost, it just doesn't have that cost. That's one way of doing it. Kade says, I'm okay with rampant growth. I think most people are. Firefox says, Cyclonic Rift should have never even been printed. It's impossible to stop that unless you're also blue. You know what? Let's be fair to the people who created this card. like, it was invented at a time where Commander was barely a thing. So it came out in 2012. It was probably designed in 2009. And yeah, like, I don't know, maybe it was designed for Commander for all I know. I think at this point in time, Wizards of the Coast was still designing cards for 60 card formats and not putting a lot of emphasis on Commander. But I could be wrong. I don't know what who designed Cyclonic Rift. There was Commander back in like 2009, 2010 at the time that they would have designed this card. So it's possible. It's possible. I'd like to think that it was just random splash damage. I would like to believe that they designed this card knowing that there was going to be Nykthos Shrine from Nyx printed a little bit later, and that its overload cost was actually possible. Don't gum up the board and win decisively. Well, what if everyone gums up the board? Mercenary says Zach Hill was on that Return to Ravnica team. Was Zach Hill a big Commander fan? Friday says, I said I'm okay with banning rampant. You want to ban rampant growth? What the hell? That's a pretty crazy statement here. Okay, it looks like easily we're not banning this card. This is Cyclonic Rift is considered fair. I think it's I don't know. I mean, I'm the blue player, so like, what am I gonna do? Is like Cyclonic Rift sucks? No, Cyclonic Rift is awesome. I love Cyclonic Rift. I hate this art though. I have to change my prints. Where I like this new one. I really like it a lot. I don't like the old one. It just looks like a weird, stupid tornado for the most part. Mercenary says 2009 was when EDH was gathering more numbers with more people entering the eternal space, searching for answers. The Big Squig, blue amateurs win through Cyclonic Rift. Blue pros win through stasis. Without letting anybody use permanents at all. Fan factor, this card is fair and the only way for blue to win through damage instead of making everyone concede from boredom. You know what? I disagree with that. I think blue can win with flyers. Just as was stated a little bit earlier, sometimes people can't beat flyers. Throw Wonder in the graveyard, you get some like pretty good evasion, and I mean, but that's not a bad argument. Yeah, maybe this is one of the main way blue players can win. Not to mention, sometimes it's just an answer for everybody. I mean, how many times are you guys playing where, oh my God, how do we beat player A? Like, it's impossible. And then everyone's asking player C, you got Cyclonic Rift? You got Cyclonic Rift? Like, we could use a Cyclonic Rift right now. So sometimes there is Cyclonic Rift for good instead of evil. Firefox says the only thing about stasis that is okay is the art. the weirdo art. Is Cyclonic Rift still played in CEDH since Dockside got banned? Great question. I have no idea. Anyway, Cyclonic Rift hit the bucket. Next up, a card I am not surprised by. We got Demonic Consultation for a black instant. Name a card, remove the top 6 cards of your library from the game, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal the named card. You put that card into your hand and remove all other cards revealed this way from the game. A Master Tutor. I'm just gonna look ahead. Did they ban Thassa's Oracle? Okay, that's interesting. They did not. Just spoiler alert, they did not ban Thassa's Oracle. They're like, Thassa's Oracle is a very fair, legitimate Magic the Gathering card. Card that is not fair and legitimate is Demonic Consultation. That is not a fair, legitimate Magic the Gathering card. Where you can Demonic Consultation for nothing. You are allowed to choose a card that is not in your deck, and you'll just wipe your entire deck out. But if you do, you can choose a card if you really want to. Mercenary says, somewhat too powerful in 60 card decks, but not so much for EDH. Well, I mean, it's just another tutor. I mean, I would actually argue the tutors are broken. I would actually like to. I personally would actually like to see Commander without any tutors at all to make games more, I would say, less repetitive. But I understand the nature. How do I put it? At a casual level, people like tutors because people want to play with their niche cards more often. Not to mention, people own a lot of decks. You know, I don't know. Maybe some people don't know this, but like a lot of Commander players have like 20 plus decks. And so they're not even playing with that deck very often. And then when they do, they want to play with very specific cards when they pick up that deck. So the tutors increase the consistency of their fun, but tutors in general increase the consistency of combo wins. Or I should say, it creates some repetitive game states. Who plays this in non-CEDH? Good question. I would imagine anyone can. Like, why not? If you need to go get like if you need a very specific card that you want to play, take a gamble. I mean, all you're doing, the odds of that card being on the top 6 cards of your deck is not very high. I mean, it's basically Demonic Tutor. The Big Squig. This card is way cooler and fun by itself than Thassa's Oracle. Leon Corgi, what if a local game store made a custom errata instead of banned list? Would that fly? That would probably be more complicated to follow. Like what? Let's say there was 40 cards with an errata. What, you have to read the errata for each card? That sounds like that sounds like a disaster, to be honest. I mean, I think I could get behind certain things being restricted, like was mentioned before. No overloads. Overload is banned. Or no searching your library. Searching your library is banned. You can play the card, but if it were to search your library, it just doesn't. Something to that effect. Tutors go against the spirit of one-of format, but then again, what is the spirit of EDH anyways? Yeah, exactly. I'm with you, old boy. I actually like Commander for its variety and variation in gameplay because it's singleton. But of course, I mean, there's some things that are not so rare, and that is your Commander, which you get to draw at the beginning of like every single game. And for a lot of people, their Commander just is the game. So like, what does it matter to have tutors? I mean, we tutor our Commander every single time. Demonic Consultation did cost Mark Justice the 1996 world title. Yeah, well, you live by the Demonic Consultation, you die by the Demonic Consultation. I understand this ban. But what I also understand even greater is our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to get my Magic the Gathering cards. Gonna have to get some Marvel cards. All right, I gotta get the Wasp. I think I can't remember what it is. Something Wasp. It's a blue creature with flash. It taps creatures down. It makes it lose all abilities for as long as my Wasp is in play. And you know what I'm gonna have to use? What's the deal of the week? Deal of the week this week: 20% off old board games. But forget that. Marvel Magic cards. Use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. And of course, it supports the channel. Thanks to everyone who supports at FusionGamingOnline.com. Those Marvel cards, people. You have to get Marvel cards. It's all Marvel. Marvel or nothing. Anyone excited for Marvel? I have a friend who, the moment a card is spoiled, it's legal in his Commander decks. Next. I can't believe this one. Dramatic Reversal is banned. Why? 2-mana instant, untap all non-land permanents you control. I mean, it's a combo. It's technically a combo card. I don't even know if it's a good combo card. It's the Wondrous Wasp. Yeah, I don't know that superhero. I'm rooting for him, though. Maybe I should get a comic book, because the card looks awesome. Infinite mana? Is it that easy to pull off? Untap all non... Like, it only does it once. Oh, wait a minute. You're supposed to put it on... Is this, Oh, this is a... What is it? Isochron Scepter combo. It's an Isochron Scepter. I get it. Because you can imprint it on here. And pay 2 tap. You may copy the exiled card. If you do, you may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Why don't they just ban this card? And like, isn't this card the cause of a million problems? Yeah, so Dramatic Reversal plus Isochron Scepter. I guess they didn't want to do that. Did they ban it? Where's our artifacts? No, they didn't ban it. I guess that's just too fun. People like to put silence on that thing. Which seems very, very rude. Yeah, Isochron Scepter combo. Oh boy. Looking through like 1,000 spoilers was a real chore. By the time I was finished, some had already spiked. Oh yeah, I don't even look at the spoilers anymore. I just play tournaments and then see which cards are doing well, and then okay, those are the cards I should be keeping an eye on. Oh, and I also look at all the blue cards. Okay, I do look at all the blue cards. Nagisa loves you. Thank you so much. Hello there. Jeff says, in reality, dramatic reversal plus Isochron Scepter combo is not hard to stop. You know, you say that, Jeff. A lot of people have trouble stopping combos. You know why? I think at a more casual level, nobody has any interaction. That's just like, it's like a fundamental truth of the casual crowd. They won't have creature removal. They won't have artifact removal. They won't have enchanter removal. No graveyard hate. Nothing. It's like, do you know what? I'm building my deck for me, to make my deck do its thing, completely ignoring whatever else anybody else is doing. So yeah, in theory, I think the more casual you get, the more casual you get, the less anybody can interact with anything. The more competitive you get, the more you need to interact with somebody, because if you don't, you're gonna die. You're just gonna be stone cold dead. They don't, yeah, they're so casual, they don't even have win cons. Crawdaddy, when I played Countertop in Legacy, I would put Limduel's Vault on Scepter. It's pretty rude. Benny says, Isochron Scepter, as far as I know, has never been banned in any format. Firefox says, are you with banning the new Hawkeye bow? I don't know what it is. Not sure. Is that like a hot new popper card or something? Leon Corrigate, auras are the best card in the safe space of the local game store. They're trying to make auras good, and the auras are always still bad. Benny, Wizards of the Coast loves Isochron Scepter. They would never want it banned in any format. Remember, this is not This is not Wizards ban list. This is local game stores ban list. But I think Isochron Scepter. You know what? Isochron Scepter is a big money card, because you sell Isochron Scepters and then you sell everything. You sell the dreams that people have on their Isochron Scepter, and there's many dreams to be done. Hawkeye Bow goes infinite with Effetto Alchemist and other self-untapper. Oh, okay. We have another combo card. Big deal. Oh boy, last time I watched Standard, it was removal check for Cub on turn 2 or lose. I know! Standard is so oppressive. Jess says, I play against my own decks. Anzrag versus Captain America. Captain America deck pacified my Anzrag, and I searched my deck and realized I had no enchant removal to take out the pass. Look at that. Jess cannot even beat himself with his own deck. Or Jess can't defend himself against his own deck. Learning the weaknesses, are we, Jess? Pyre says, do we have two Pyres here? We have a Pyre 666 and a Pyre Fox. Pyre says, I remember when Isochron Boomerang was hotness. That must have been right when it came out. Anyway, okay, dramatic. We know no combos allowed. Not even infinite mana. And infinite untapping. Dramatic reversal is banned. I don't think there's going to be a lot of discussion on this card. We have Enlightened Tutor. And we know it. Tutors are banned. White instant, search your library for an artifact or enchantment card, reveal it, then shuffle and put that card on top. You would think that this might be one of the more fair cards. I don't know how they're really, really super abusing this. Oh, to get Rhystic Study. Maybe. Did they ban Rhystic Study? They did ban Rhystic Study. So you can't even get that. You can't even get Rhystic Study. You can't get any of the good stuff. You know, this might be the only case where maybe Enlightened Tutor was fair, but maybe it's just a blanket. Okay, you can't tutor anything in this format, so you're not allowed to tutor with Enlightened Tutor. Like, remember, they banned all the good artifacts and they banned all the good enchantments. It's fair. It puts it on top. It eats your next draw. No tutors, no teaching or learning things in this local game store. Well, what's the big deal about not teaching someone like tutors? What's there to teach? It's not like you're teaching them like creature combat or anything like that. Can't tutor Kenrith's transformation. No, you cannot. Benny with Isochron Scepter allows you to constantly collect your deck when running all enchantments. I have no idea what that means. Pyre 666. Yep, about a week before everyone realized how cracked Affinity and Skullclamp were. Oh, they played Isochron Scepter with Boomerang? That sounds so slow. Oh, I see. That's what you mean. Like before People were playing this janky Isochron Scepter Boomerang combo before people realized, oh, why don't we just kill people like instantaneously with the affinity mechanic. Okay, we can move on. Enlightened Tutor is not a very interesting card on this ban list. Next is... Oh! Somewhere in the same range, we have another tutor, but it's Entomb, a black instant. Search your library for a card. Put that card into your graveyard, then shuffle. Yeah, no one's playing with this card fair. It's not like anyone's putting a flashback card in the graveyard. It's only going to be like big creatures to reanimate. And reanimate is a thing that they're allowing you to do, but you got to do it the old-fashioned way. You got to draw the cards. You have to discard the cards. You have to discard the cards from your hand to reanimate. Entomb is just like a cheatsy way to get your payoff card into the graveyard. Fan factor: tutors are fun because you turn your game state into Magic the Puzzling, aka how can I win this turn? Some people would find that unfun. So I get where you're coming from. You think it's fun because it's like stimulating. Okay, what are all my options? But I can tell you there's a lot of people who hate that because like why is fan factor here taking 10 minutes on their turn and like in the end they don't even make the best move. So the downside is if you give somebody too much to consider, the game takes way longer for no reason. Big Squig, didn't this card just get a legacy ban? It did. It is banned in legacy. It is banned in legacy. It's banned in historic. So long, Entomb. Not coming back now. Nikachu, you're going to play with Namor? Yes, I'm going to play test Namor. This just got a 5-0. It just got a 5-0. Very unique list. All I want to do is Entomb my Golgari Grave Troll. That's actually probably the fairest thing you could do, to be honest. Oh boy, Entomb is a great graveyard protection. / recursion with Eldrazi Titans. I played it myself. Oh, that's actually one of the more creative ways I've ever seen anyone use this. So, like, what do you use? Kozilek or something? Kozilek. Which Kozilek? This one, yeah. So that's interesting. So how do you hold on? Why would you want to do this? Protection. I played in myself mill. Oh, you self. Why would you do that? Tomb is great graveyard protection recursion with Eldrazi Titans. I played in self. I don't get that now. So you want to self mill to fill your graveyard, but when this Kozilek hits the graveyard, you gotta shuffle it. When it's put in the graveyard from anywhere, its owner shuffles their graveyard into the library. Doesn't that like defeat the purpose of your strategy? I like the idea of like. I like the idea of you being able to tutor your Kozilek, but now I'm like, where would you do that? Where would that be good? Firefox, sometimes it's a puzzle of how to stop that person from winning right now. Benny, Dark Ritual plus Entomb plus Exhume equals any creature you want in play. Pyre, on top of making the game slow, tutors reduce the impact of the singleton format that is the point of EDH. You know, yeah, we were just talking about that, but at the same time, it's like, it's a singleton format, but also there's that, you know, that commander that you have that you get every single game. Every single game. It's even worse than a tutor. It's like the ultimate tutor. Entomb was rebanned, actually. Oh, they banned it, unbanned it, and it's like, okay, that's it for you. It's over, Entomb. We got Yoitz, Crispy. If combos are banned, I just play Landfall deck. How would I lose? Landfall seems to be very legal in this game store. Oh, wow, they banned Entomb immediately upon launch. I didn't know that. Thanks for the history lesson. Oh boy, if someone wants to Bajuka Bog my graveyard, I get to save my cards. Oh, okay. Weird. I agree with the singleton idea. Anyway, I'm pretty anti-ban. I'm anti-tutor myself. And this game store is super anti-tutor. Oh my god! What the hell? They're coming after my counter spells. Flare of Denial is banned. Why? 3-mana instant. You may sacrifice a non-token blue creature rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Counter target spell. So, I'm guessing free counter spells, they are banned. No free spells at all, even if they are countering. I can only prophesize that Force of Negation is going to be banned. Force of Will is going to be banned. Maybe even no, they didn't ban subtlety, although subtlety is not an actual or actually we're not at the creatures yet, so who knows what's gonna happen. Yeah, it's not even free. I gotta sack my creature. And a non-token creature, it's gotta be high quality. Gotta be high quality flesh out there. Combos are banned, and protection to the protection to the combo is also banned. But maybe this is maybe this is a way of answering the combo. There's not really many good ways of dealing with combos. This is one of them. Because people can't see the untapped islands with that one. Jeff says, I guess they banned free counterspells since they banned WinCon combos. I mean, I guess so. Who's gonna get ahead on it? As someone who plays with these cards, this is a 2-for-1. Like, the 2-for-1 is a big deal, and if all combos are banned, then what are we protecting against? Using this against other fair strategies in a non-combo format is just gonna 2-for-1 me for nothing. I guess people just hate you know what? Let's do a vote, actually. Let's do another vote. Counterspells. That's free counterspells. No, let's just do a poll on counterspells in general. Counterspells. Just love them, hate them. Oops. Okay, we're creating this poll. We're starting it. There you go. Vote away. Do you love counterspells or hate them? I mean, there should be a third one where like you don't care whatsoever because you don't. It's not like you love getting hit with a counterspell. Although you should always love the person who has a counterspell versus like some big devastating sorcery that nobody else can deal with anyway. There's tons of cards in the game. There's no answer to them except counterspells. If somebody plays like a giant sorcery, like it's not like you can come back with it with another sorcery or something on the battlefield. Poll, do you play blue decks or not? Hey, look, a non-blue player can respect and love counter spells. Pyre is like, in my day, bulk was penny. Yeah, bulk was pennies. Now with inflation, bulk is like quarters. I could picture population abusing Flare of Denial. Local game store bans $3 free counterspell. That's right. They took it out. Well, while we wait on that poll, we are going to thank our second sponsor, Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online. The place to play any deck, any format. Commander, Pioneer, Modern, Standard, Legacy, Vintage, Pauper, Pre-Modern, and more. They got it all on Magic Online, and you can rent all the cards with Mana Traders. Use coupon code Nikachu_Z4M for 40% cash back on your third month subscription. Yeah, we're back to our Flare of Denial. I'm devastated. Absolutely devastated they banned this card. Maybe not that devastated, but like, I mean, to be fair, if they banned all the combos, then what do we need counterspells for? Or free counterspells, I should say. Firefox, but this could have a third option. I don't think I really hate them, but definitely don't love them. Yeah, I know. Like, I said that when I made the poll. No, anyone who doesn't play with counterspells are never going to say they love counterspells. But you should respect them. They're there to save your butt when you really need to. Crawdaddy, the only counterspell I'm opposed to is Fierce Guardianship. That was the most egregious design mistake ever. Why more so than Skullclamp? Because this was intentional. That said, I love Force of Will. But Fierce Guardianship can't hit creature spells. Just don't play a non-creature spell. Fan Factor, it's fine. Allow the blue player to tap out, keeping the game fresh. And makes the blue player unpredictable. Benny says, I love counterspells, especially with the Scepter. You're right, Nikachu. They should just ban Isochron Scepter. Mana Drain on Scepter. Oh, that's the way to go. That's the best of all counterspells. But that's a counterspell combo. Nikachu, does this local game store have their own Bandis commander as well? No, not that I know of. Wait, they are out? No, this is... okay, technically, as of today, on June 29th, there is a BNR restricted announcement. This is unrelated. They did not ban Flare of Denial in Commander. This is a local game store specifically banned all these cards. Yeah, imagine someone who knows the BNR list is coming out today is watching today's streams like, oh my god, they banned all these cards. This is crazy. No, this is just this is a custom ban list for one local game store. Pyre says, in fairness, if you manage to build some combo despite all these bans, it would feel super bad to lose to it to a free counterspell. I suppose so. They're making you work really hard for your combo. The blue player with 17 cards in hand is unpredictable enough. Yeah, without free counter magic. You know, okay, I was playing Commander actually on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. And thanks to Consecrated Sphinx, I had like 30 cards in my hand, but I only had like one free counter spell, and I actually couldn't do squat on the board. Ended up losing to some creature with an activated ability that forced me to draw cards. And one of my friends forced me to draw the last like 12 cards in my deck, and I lost. It was pretty sad times. Pretty sad. Big time sad for me. I lost. I thought I was gonna win. Okay, next. Well, Flare of Denial is banned, so I guess better do the same thing with Force of Will. 5 mana instant. You may pay 1 life and exile a blue card from your hand rather than pay this spell's mana cost. Counter target spell, which I think. You know, I want to say this card is more powerful in Commander than it is in Legacy. Because Legacy, Force of Will sort of sucks. Like, 2-for-1ing yourself just feels super bad. And yeah, like, it's just so much easier to, like, come back from resources in Legacy. So Force of Will feels just awkward. Whereas in Commander, there's just far bigger problems at any given time. Did you lose to Twain? I don't know. You know, I just trusted my... no, I didn't lose. Apparently Twain is not. Tell me it was Twain. There's no such card as a Twain. Oh, Quain. Each player draw... No. It was some creature. I think they had an activated ability of 4 mana. And made you draw cards, and my friend had a bunch of cards in play that said activated abilities were less, and they just tapped a bunch of mana and forced me to draw 16 cards. Hard disagree. Force of Will is a Legacy staple for a reason. No, I'm just... Yeah, it's a Legacy staple, but it's not as strong as it used to be. Someone could be like, okay, I play this big threat, Force of Will, and they're like, okay, I play another big threat. Okay, I have no more cards left to deal with that, and now I'm just super far behind on the game. Whereas in Commander, I want to say there's a lot of opportunity to get more cards in your hand. Somehow I always have like a really decent large grip of cards, and it is just more you don't have to counter everything in Commander. You can save it for the one thing that nobody else can deal with. Force of Will is what keeps the busted stuff in check for the most part. Benny says, Force of Will got in my way in Legacy quite a lot. It does prevent early combos. No, so it's good versus combos, but it's not good versus fair stuff. So if your opponent plays fair thing number 1, and it's worth Force of Willing, okay, you counter it, but then they play fair thing number 2, but really big and powerful. And as we know, Magic has just moved more in that direction of singularly powerful cards, must-answer cards. Okay, well, what are you going to do? Well, you can't answer them all. You just can't do it. Firefox, in Commander, I think counterspells aren't as terrible because a single player trying to stop everything won't work. Counterspells are kind of bad in EDH anyways. You use your resources to drag a single opponent down while the other 2 profit. Corbnick says, it depends. If someone tries to crop rotation, I Force of Will them, it feels glorious. Oh my god. I Force of Willed your crop rotation. Yeah, that would feel pretty bad. That would feel disgusting. Joe, I have a store near me that bans Soul Ring. Oh man, that's the least of your worries. This now, hey, listen, this store bans Soul Ring and a million other cards. This being one of them. I don't like this card. I know. I want this card unbanned in pre-modern. Whatever. Maybe it would. But to be honest, Stifle Knot is like so damn strong. It would just get stronger for no reason. Jeff says that's why it's hard to be the only blue player on the pod of CEDH. Well, anyway, okay, we already talked about it. Free counter spells, they are banned in this game store. The next one. What the hell? Limb Duels Vault. Why? What is going... Oh, I don't understand. 2 mana instant. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. As many times as you choose, you may pay 1 life. Put those cards on the bottom of your library in any order. Then look at the top 5 cards of your library. Then shuffle your library and put the last cards you looked at this way on top in any order. What does this even do? Okay, look at the top 5 cards. As many times as you choose, you can pay... Oh, I see. So for each 1 life, I get to look at the next top 5 cards. Then I eventually shuffle my library and put the top 5 in any order. So it's like it's sort of another tutor. It's basically a tutor. It's basically demonic tutor, maybe even better. Demonic tutor plus ponder combined at once. Stack the deck won me a couple of games. Old boy says, my play group is bursting with blue. That is the most fun. Blue versus blue is the most strategic magic of all Magic the Gathering. Firefox says, this makes sense to ban after the other tutors. Yeah, I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, I heard of Limdol's Vault, but I didn't really understand that it was just like it was sort of a mix between demonic tutor and ad nauseum and sort of demonic consultation. Sort of. Joe says that same store near me has a big ban list like this. I think it's because they lost to those cards and got salty. Maybe this is that store. Who knows? This is a pretty big ban list. If it's any different, I guess it's not the same store, which is great. We need more stores need to take control of their ban list. I played in Legacy before. It's a damn good card. I'm surprised this doesn't see more play. Like what? A 2-mana tutor is like no good? How about demonic tutor? Demonic tutor. Maybe demonic tutor is different because it puts in your hand. Okay, so 2-mana demonic tutor banned in Legacy, but Limdol's Vault worthless. That actually doesn't make sense to me. This looks very good, and it's instant speed. It looks amazing. I'm really surprised no one's broken in Legacy, but I mean, there's got to be a million people who have tried. Is there any way to like disrupt somebody? I mean, there's probably is many ways. So weird. Vampiric Tutor banned. Limdol's Vault, perfectly fair. That 2-mana just means everything. Searching a 90-card deck 5 cards at a time is expensive. You got the life to pay, all right? You got the life. Live a little. Yukiro the Tiger Shadow for the record. Okay. It used to be played in Legacy/Doomsday. Okay. It got power crept out, huh? Okay, Limdol's Vault is banned. It's basically a semi-tutor. Limdol's Vault. Ooh. This is a surprise. Mana Drain is banned. Blue instant counter target spell at the beginning of your next main phase. Add amount of blue equal to that spell's mana value. So, not just the free counter spells are banned, even the counter spells that are ramp are banned. This one is super banned. How about Demonic Bargain? That banned too? I've never heard of that. What is even that card? Demonic Bargain? Sounds like Demonic Tutor and Yawgmoth's Bargain. Nah, it's 3-mana. 3-mana Tutor is super fair. Pyrofox, that one won't be missed. Next link is like, nah, we don't need mana drain. Oh, my mana drain. Where's my mana drain? Oh, this is a good art. I think this is a better mana drain art. That's cool. I got the OG though. I got the old the legend one. The legendary Mark Tedden. The art makes almost no damn sense. I mean, I guess there's these leeches coming down to the bottom of the ocean to suck up the mana. It's sucking up the mana, people. This is just fixed counterspell? Oh, come on. As if counterspell needed to be fixed. Yeah, why'd they power creep counterspell? Oh, no, I forgot. Okay, this had a downside back in the day because of mana burn. Like, this was strictly worse counterspell back in the day because if you couldn't spend the colorless mana, then it actually just damaged you. But now, yeah, because of mana burn. So, but now it's all upside, no downside. Yeah, this is like a card where it's changing the rules completely broke the card. You know, I'm actually on with Mana Drain getting banned. I feel like it encourages cards like Nexus of Fate. Oh, it does it? I don't know anyone who plays Nexus of Fate. I would never play that card. I mean, I guess it's okay. It just feels very expensive to me. Okay, Mana Drain is banned. I have to say, I'm always very fearful of other people playing Mana Drain. Mystical Tutor. Well, we can't have people be looking for their mana drains and Force-a-Wills now, can we? Blue instant. Search your library for an instant or sorcery card. Reveal it and then shuffle and put that card on top. You know what's funny is, don't we have like more cards than ever before that manipulate people's decks, like force them to search their library, like Field of Ruin, Field of Devastation? We got Yoik Crispy. Blue has good tutors. Long-term plans. Yeah, 3 mana though. Blue don't need ramp. Yeah, it's weird that blue has ramp at all. Ykill says, bring back mana burn. Teach people resource management. Now that's a take. You know, they banned mana burn just so that, you know, the game would have more room for creativity, more room to explore design space. If we bring back mana burn, it would just wipe out so many cards. It makes so much stuff. Or I don't know. Since then, Commander is a thing. You can afford the mana burn with your life. Firefox, my whole MV1 tutor cycle is banned at least. Yeah, that is correct. Crawdaddy, do we really need to even go over the tutors at this point? Yeah, they just banned all the tutors. Mystical Tutor deserves a ban. Is this still from the same local games? It is. We're slowly going through their entire ban list. Okay, Mystical Tutor is Gonzo. Well, it sounds like you guys are going to believe in this one. The Nexus of Fate. How do people feel like raw and salty about this in Commander? 5 mana instant, take an extra turn after this one. If Nexus of Fate would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Nexus of Fate and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. I don't know if any take extra turn cards are banned, actually. Did we ban any take extra turn? Oh, no, maybe we did. Did we have Time Warp? Yeah, actually we did. It was Time Warp and Time Stretch were banned. Okay, so this is just within the same theme. All the good take extra turn cards are banned. The crappy ones, those are fine. WinCon against mill? Oh, yeah, as like a random card in your deck, and if they mill it, then it gets shuffled back into your library. But like, a mill player has to be prepared for these things. They have to be prepared for the Eldrazi's, the Nexus of Fates, and so on. Nexus of Fate doesn't need banning without the bracket system, does it? Oh no, well, no, it needs. Those were sorcery. This is instant. If you can get infinite turns and win the game, let them do it. Are people fine with infinite turns if it wins the game? But then it's just a combo card. It's like a 1-card combo. Literally a one-card combo. Store owner plays mill and got salty. An extra turn card that doesn't exile itself is just wrong. Don't most extra turn cards not exile themselves? Benny, they could make a Phyrexian 1-drop card that causes mana burn. That sounds awful. They probably. It could be a red card too. Pyre says, I did some super degenerate nonsense when it was in standard and someone has trauma. Oh, I mean, Nexus of Fate was like supremely broken when it came out. And super problematic. I mean, the bracket system already bans extra turns on lower brackets, no? I guess they don't want anything. They just don't want anyone playing this at any level at their game store. No brackets. Bracket plus, what is it, +6 or something? No. I can't remember how the brackets is. It's bracket -2. I remember it's higher is better, or sorry, is higher is stronger. Like bracket 5 is stronger. I can't remember the system. I like systems where like number 1 is the strongest, and the bigger the number, the crappier things get. But it might be the opposite when it comes to the brackets. No infinite turn. That is goldfishing, not real magic. Nexus of Fate was a buy box promo for which was the only way to get it. Not anymore. Now we got secret lair promos. You got hideous things looking like this. Sorry, Sophie. So I'm just sorry. And then this one. Ugh. We got no. There's like no good Nexus of Fates. This one's okay actually. I could get behind this, even though you can barely read the damn thing. What was this? Was this wanted to say that this was a Lord of the Rings thing, but now I'm not so sure. Nexus Fog Standard still gives me flashbacks. The Big Squig, is this card still just a buy box promo? No, there's now like many years later, it is now a very highly printed card. Took forever though. The store is bracket 0.5, no, -1. Maybe even negative. We're in the negatives. That's the type of bracket we're in. What is this? A tarot card? Okay. Nexus of Fate. No extra turns allowed. You have an extra turn. That's too many turns. If you want extra turns, you have to wait once per cycle. I don't know how I feel about this one. Pact of Negation. Like, what? 0 mana, counter target spell. At the beginning of your next upkeep, pay 5, and if you don't, you lose the game.
No, God, please, no.
Now, okay, this card is broken if you are playing a combo deck that easily can combo off. But you can't easily combo off at this game store. It's borderline impossible. Now, I get it. This still can be played fair, like, later on in the game. But then you waste your turn. I mean, you are paying for it. You're going to pay 5 mana. And in some cases, you can lose. So, for example, someone plays Pact of Negation, then the next person plays, like, Blood Moon or Back to Basics, and then you can't untap your lands or you don't have the mana for this, paying your Pact. Corbinick says Pact of Negation is the fairest counterspell of all time. I wouldn't say that. I would say Cancel is the fairest counterspell. Is this even good in Commander? Oh, it's amazing. It's a really good card. Bingo, place to lose. It will. In this game store, it is. Firefox, they really want you to pay for your counter spells. It's too risky to use in the first few turns. Yeah, it's borderline useless. Unless you're comboing off. Which we now know is like near damn impossible. I don't even know what is the most reasonable combo. I mean, okay, I guess there's still a bunch of 2-card combos in this game store. Like, you know, Restoration Angel, Kiki Jiki, or something like that. Benny says they want no MTG Boy Scouts. You know, the ones who take an extra turn daily. Ban Hive Mind. Low game store bans cards that reads you lose the game. Firefox, yeah, I had a Hive Mind in mind too, making people die to Pact is Evil. I get, yeah, I mean, but we don't, all the other packs aren't banned. Or so as far as I know. We didn't see Slaughter Pact or anything. But I guess they could be coming up. Looking ahead. Okay, Slaughter Pact is not on the ban list. Frazzle is the fairest counterspell. Where is this store's ban list? I gotta see it. I don't know. I just took a picture of this ban list from Reddit. Okay, Pact of Negation is banned. This is the weirdest ban. Yeah, this is another free counterspell ban. It's indiscriminate. Someone could say, but like you can lose the game, and there's no payoff. You can't like protect a combo. There aren't even good combos in this format. Sorry, buddy. When you play counterspells, you're gonna pay mana, and when you pay mana, you can't get more mana out of it, like mana drain. Lynn Corgi says, I'm okay with players taking extra turns. That way I can take time to eat more pizza, rolls, or take a bite of my messy sandwich and munch very loudly. That's one positive too. I can't count the number of times my Winota has been pacted. Oh yeah. Can't let that. I'm you know what? I would pack the Winota even at 4 lands. That's how much I hate Winota. That's how much I hate Winota. I don't care. I don't care if I'm out of the game. I just gotta save everyone else in the game. Okay, Pact of Negation also. Yeah, free counter spells are not allowed here. What is this card? What is this? What the hell? Sunder. What is Sunder? 5 mana instant. Return all lands to owner's hands. No resetting the game around here. I barely know this card exists. Big Nate is big crying over this card. It's just like, it's like a crappier upheaval. Oh, you know what? I guess this would be considered like land destruction or something. It's instant speed Armageddon. That sounds supremely unfun. Has anyone heard of this card before right now? Anybody? Has anyone heard of Sunder before? I've never seen this card played against me. Sunder just drags the game. I think this local game store has problems with table space. Sunder plus Jin-Gitaxias is Chef's Kiss. Okay, some people have heard of Sunder. Mercenary knows Sunder. Isn't Pact of Negation with Hive Mind a non-bow? Wouldn't the copies counter the other copies? No, because each copy... Well, it depends. So you have to play a spell, then you have to play Pact Negation against your own card. They all get triggers, and then the force, they're force negation. I mean, you could force negation other people's you could Pact Negation other people's Pact Negations, but yours still resolved. I mean, I saw it, but ... Corbinick says the Field of the Dead deck is crying at Sunder. You're old, you saw it back in the day. Benny's like, I've heard of this card many years before. Christopher L. Sunder plus Seismic Assault. Oh! Seismic Assault, the enchantment. You discard a land to deal 2 damage to any target. You probably won't kill everyone, though. Jeff says, I know the card, but never have I thought of putting it in my deck. LOL. Old Boy says, Sunder would be a good inclusion in your Urza deck as well. You won't really care about the lands anyhow. I suppose you're true. That's true. But my Urza deck is a nice Urza. Nice Urza. I'm trying to play within the spirit of like this band, almost like this ban list. I don't want to bounce everything. It's basically Armageddon. I think it's land destruction without being land destruction. That's the way I'm looking at. That's the way I'm looking at Sunder. Ooh, that's like a show we've never done. Land destruction. That's not land destruction. We gotta have a show like that. Oh, I gotta have we ever done something like that? I gotta look that up. That sounds like such a good show, though. Land destruction. That's not land destruction. We'll figure it out. I'll go look it up. Urza, that's gotta be Cap. We got Yoitz Crispy. I play Mana Breach in Thur the Enchanter. How rude. Is it on the actual ban list? No, of course not. None of these cards are on the real ban list. This is all a local game store's custom ban list. Okay, next up. It looks like this is the anti-tutor show. Tainted Pact, 2 mana instant. Remove the top card of your library from the game. You may put that card into your hand unless it has the same name as another card removed this way. Repeat the process until you put a card into your hand or you remove 2 cards with the same name, whichever comes first. Just another combo-ish card. How is this supposed to work? It's just a way of, I guess this is just a means of keeping Thassa's Oracle around while banning Tainted Pact. Each pact card could be mixed with Eon Hub. Well, except this pact. No tutors, no extra turns, no fun allowed. That's right. Ristic Study might get the ban today. Who knows? Anything could happen. Does the Commander ban happen at the same time as the 60 card format bans? I don't remember. I know 60 card format, all 60 card format bans work around each other. Crowd Daddy's like, how is this banned? This local game store probably has a bunch of basic lands. They didn't ban that many basic lands, to be honest. But I think it's just the anti-Thassa's Oracle combo, right? Remove the top card of your library from the game. You can put that card in your hand unless it has the same name as another card removed this way. And then you just repeat the process an infinite number of times, and then you remove your entire deck, and then you play Thassa's Oracle and win. But they have Thassa's Oracle's legal. So they they're getting rid of the cards that combo with Thassa's Oracle. And technically it is a tutor-ish card. You may put that card in your hand unless it has the same name as another card removed this way. Oh yeah, it's a tutor anyway. Tainted Pact plus Nexus of Fate plus 9 mana equals infinite turns. There we go. Okay, next up. From Tainted Pact, we are moving on to... Okay, I don't understand. Why? Why? Turnabout. I guess it's another combo card. 4 mana, instant. Choose artifact, creature, or land. Tap all untap permanents of the chosen type target player controls, or untap all permanents. Untap all tap permanents of that type that player controls. How do you combo with this card? Is there any way to like you can't put this on an Isochron Scepter? So how do you get like infinite versions of Turnabout? There must be another card out there that's like super Isochron Scepter, right? How about Aladimri's Call? That's okay, actually. That's okay on this in this local game store. Aladimri's Call is allowed. High Tide uses this card. Oh, just as like it's like a super ritual. So you get like a bunch of islands in play. You play your High Tide, and eventually you play Turnabout, and you just get a boatload of more mana. Nikachu, one of the few MTG philosophers. One of the few. The most distinguished. Crawdaddy, right. They probably have a bunch of basic lands, so they hit a second one with the same name. Oh boy, just like Dramatic Reversal. It seems like they want to prevent the mana rituals. Ban list. Any card that appears in any combo page in EDH Rec. Is there a new combo out there? We must ban it. Get rid of it immediately. Really? Call's good. Gillum, you can name artifact 2. Chromatic Orrery equals money. Yeah, you can. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. You can name artifact. The Big Squig, did they use the random button on Scryfall to pick some of the cards on this list? Not really. I don't know if this card is like really a serious danger, but it is like a combo-ish card. Yoid's Crispy, Scepter to copy spells, then returns the spell to hand. Oh, okay. So you might put a copy spell card on the Scepter with turn, and then play Turnabout and then copy it. I don't know about this one, chat. And especially here's another thing. They banned so many combo cards. I don't even know how you abuse this thing at this point. They banned all the good artifacts. They banned most of the good creatures. And like, was High Tide banned? Actually, High Tide's an instant, right? High Tide is legal. High Tide was instant, right? Yeah, it's instant. We are looking at the instants today. They did not ban High Tide. Weirdly enough. So they're like, okay, High Tide is okay. I bet the local game store owner is a High Tide player. That's a bit weird. Like, High Tide is a combo card. Like, it is the combo of all combo cards. So I suppose they're like, okay, we're gonna ban Turnabout so that we can keep High Tide legal for some reason. High Tide legal is insane considering that. I know what's going on here. Yeah, there goes my ritual theory. Crawdaddy, if your combo is Narset's Reversal on a Scepter plus Turnabout, that's a lot of work. Okay, Turnabout is banned. Probably banned to keep High Tide legal, which is just weird. It's not very thematic. Or maybe like maybe this game store just, they missed a card. It's like, oh my god, we don't even have High Tide on this list. We got to get High Tide on there immediately. You know what? All you have to do is just make a High Tide deck, and then they'll ban it. Next we got Vampiric Tutor. I don't know if there's actually that much to say about this. This is like the best of all the best tutors. It's crazy. For 2 life, you can get anything you want. All the other tutors had this massive restriction. 1 black, search your library for just any card, put it on top, lose 2 life. Yeah, big deal. Big deal. Con was like, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Store owner probably plays the High Tide deck. Gotta protect that High Tide at all costs. But it's so good. I know. Well, that's why they banned it. We don't have to talk about it that much. And the last card on this list, Worldly Tutor. So they banned every tutor, almost every tutor. Vampiric Tutor feels bad when your opponent Fate Seals you. Benny says, in EDH games, I have played High Tide, was a favored way of getting Omniscience in play. Oh, so you literally just used it as a ritual. You did it fairly. Did they ban Omniscience? No, they didn't actually. That's legal. They hit nearly all the good ones. Crawdaddy, how much life loss would make Vampiric Tutor fair? Damn, that's such a hard question to answer because, like, I want to say, like, let's say it was 10. The problem is the life loss. There's no good way of making it fair in EDH while also making it fine in like 60 card Magic, because the 60 card Magic would just be brutal. Like let's say the searching costs 10 life, then that means that you lose like half your life in 60 card Magic, but maybe it'd still be fine and strong, so they would just ban the card. It's got to be something heavy, like this 2 life is nothing. Unless they got a your life total is uber low when those cards get fair. Oh, you know what? You know what's interesting? Maybe you could make something like Vampiric Tutor, switch your library for a card, put that card on top. Your life total becomes 5. So it's like it doesn't matter what your life total started with. You're going to live on the edge. And so yeah, like and then if you're lose your 3rd year of life, I'm just saying, like, it puts you at a really, really low life total. Although maybe that breaks Death Shadow. Search for your Death Shadow, play a Death Shadow. Worldly Tutor, you know, comparing Worldly Tutor to Vampiric Tutor, this card looks terrible. Search your library for just a creature card and put that card on top. It's worthless junk. All right, well, that's all the creatures for today. And that's the local game store's ban list for today. We're still not done. We still have to get to other card types. This ban list goes on for forever. Just like this show, which happens Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, or Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thank you so much to my coffee crew, my Zabra Nation out here, people like Lil Deadfly, Benny, Old Boy, Mercenary, Corbinick. Nikachu's got it backwards. To make Vampiric fair, you just have to only work if you have 5 or less life. Oh, interesting. So it's only active when you have almost no life, but then it become worthless. Liam Corgi, we got Clutter, Arranger, J-Graw, Gillum, Benny, the Big Squig, Kano, Jeff, Jess, X-Link, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. And we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.